For these many months, we have had a hope to return sometime to the sanctuary within our church building. For now, we give thanks to God for this sanctuary and for our time to be able to see each other face to face. It's an exciting time to be together, having missed it for so many months. We have, in these coming weeks, looked forward to making sure we have an opportunity to be together in the sanctuary. And we think that the worship service for a week from today, August 22nd, will be the last Zoom worship service we'll have. My notes say pause for applause. So you may wonder, how's all this happened? Well, on the last Sunday of the month, we believe, on August 29th, there'll be an introduction of what's called streaming worship. Now, we had talked about streaming our worship service before the pandemic came, so steps were already made for that. We're going to put those steps into action and to have a streaming worship service, and this is what it means. The worship service leaders will be in the sanctuary, along with any who want to come to the sanctuary if they're totally vaccinated, and a link will be provided for that live streaming worship service so that you can see it live on your computer. You can see it live if you're fully vaccinated in the sanctuary. To be clear, the link has and will come through an email. And when we're live streaming, that same worship service will be recorded. And a link will be provided for that. So if you can attend the 10 a.m. worship service, either in the sanctuary or by streaming, there'll be an opportunity to go to Facebook or YouTube, and you'll be able to worship with the congregation at a different time than Sunday at 10 a.m. This is a reflection of what Pastor Zach was talking about, the hybrid idea, as we share church life together. And if you wonder how all this happened, there's a group of church leaders who have been trying to maintain an opportunity for both togetherness and to be safe. And that's why Zoom worship has come into its fore for these many Sundays. That group, by the way, is called, let me get this right, the Return to In-Person Worship Team, or RIPWAT. So they'll be monitoring the steps that are being taken that we might get back in the sanctuary to worship. And you're asked to be patient, as each week, in fact, it seems like each day, new information about the coronavirus is shared by the CDC. So that information, along with any guidelines provided by Chester County Health Department, will lead specifically to how we worship. For instance, as of today, we believe that anyone who's been fully vaccinated, as I mentioned earlier, will be able to attend the August 29th worship service. As our time gets closer, we'll know whether masks are a part of our Sunday attire or not, and where social distancing will fit in. You've been a patient congregation, and thanks for that. It's been a challenge on the one hand, but it's also been a time to be church family on the other. And we appreciate the times we've had. I want to invite you to look at the bulletin. If you don't have a bulletin, Boyd's passing them out right there. And as a good deacon, and want to encourage you to look at the cover, which reflects what we often have had in our bulletin and even in our Zoom worship services, where God speaks, "Be still and know that I am God," from Psalm 46:10. Our prelude for this morning is being offered by the stillness of this place. So I invite you to, for a moment, be still and know that God is God. With that in mind, we begin our worship service today as Ryan and Emily will be leading us in praising God in song.